Alright, so I've been using this MSI 32-inch QD-OLED monitor now for about 2 weeks for work and gaming. And I have some thoughts. Some good thoughts, but some expensive thoughts. Thoughts that my wallet is still recovering from. But not actually as expensive as I thought they were going to be.
Oh shit! Oh my days. That's fucking massive.
That's what she said! So first the nerdy stuff. It's 4K, it's 32 inches, it's HDR, 240 hertz, which is just mind-boggling smooth. And if those numbers mean nothing to you, then basically it's very sharp and it's very smooth. HDR is a massive seller point for me. I've never really used a HDR monitor before. I've used a HDR TV, but never a monitor. One of the ways I explain HDR to people is if you go into a game and you walk into a room from a light outside area, the screen will dim. And if you look outside, it will be bright, almost as if you're in a real room with a real light source coming from outside. It's the best way I can explain it. Coming from a 27-inch VA panel, this is an absolute upgrade. This is absolutely phenomenal. With bezels that are really thin, you can barely notice them when you're playing video games. And the monitor is so thin. We're talking like this thin. It is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, and let's talk about what this monitor is actually really used for, and that's gaming. And honestly, gaming on this thing has been absolutely insane. Like, I run a 4070 Ti with an AMD Ryzen 3D chip. I forgot the name of the exact processor, but every single game that I've thrown at this machine at 4K has looked absolutely stunning. I've never played games in HDR before, but if you haven't already, I highly recommend you give it a go. This monitor is an absolute beast for gaming. I tested this monitor with a few different games. One of the most notable ones was Overwatch 2, which is now just Overwatch. But that game looked absolutely insane. Like, just the orange color of the buttons in the menus looks just stupidly bright and vibrant. I've never seen a game look that good before on a monitor. I tried out GTA 5, that looks great. I'm excited to try out GTA 6 when that eventually comes out. Eventually. I've tried out some indie games as well, like Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. I tried out Balatro, which is, you know, if that's your choice of game, and it looks great on a 4K monitor. I also tried out with Arc Raiders, because that's a really big game at the moment, and it looks insane on this monitor. I mean, the colors just pop, and I don't mean that in tech reviewer cliche way. I mean, you'll notice the details that you've never seen before. So the 240 Hz refresh rate, that's where this monitor really, really shines. If you play any kind of competitive game that requires a high FPS, like Valorant or CSGO or something like that, this monitor is insane. Now, obviously, you can't see how smooth this is on your end as I'm filming at a lower frames per second than the monitor actually is. But I promise you, this is the smoothest, butteriest experience I've ever had with any monitor. Now, will a new monitor actually make you a better gamer? No. Well, also maybe. I mean, it is ridiculously buttery smooth. And I've actually seen a marginal improvement in my aiming and my gameplay in games like Valorant. Whether or not it is just a placebo, I'm not entirely sure, but it feels like I have got a little bit better at gaming. It's not gonna completely change your elo overnight, but it does make me feel like I am playing a little bit better. Although I can kind of compare it to when you're a kid and you get a new pair of shoes and you think you can run faster. Maybe it's something like that, but for now I'm just gonna say it made me a better gamer. Now, this is where things get interesting. I didn't just buy this game because I wanted to play video games at 4K HDR at a ridiculously high refresh rate. My full-time job is actually a graphic designer, and I realized that my old VA panel wasn't actually that color accurate, and it wasn't very sharp. And I designed for some like really big screens around the UK and for some really big music artists. So I needed a monitor that was actually going to give me good color accuracy, and just to make sure that things look just as good on my monitor as they do when they're up on the big screen at stadiums. And MSI include an sRGB mode, which basically just puts the monitor into this extremely color accurate mode. And the good thing about the monitor is that I don't have to change it every single time I want to work. When I flick over to my MacBook on the USB-C input, it just automatically changes over to sRGB, which is an absolute blessing. I don't have to go in and change the color settings every single time I want to game and then go back to work. So being able to just flick to my MacBook and start working is absolutely phenomenal. From photo editing to graphic design to video editing, like the color reproduction of this monitor is just absolutely incredible. So it is a great choice for those who both play video games in their spare time, but also do quite a lot of like professional creative work. And the good thing about being 32 inches is that I can feel like I have an entire Photoshop or Figma canvas in front of me and not feel so cramped in. I can have Spotify on the right, I can have my Photoshop document on the left, and nothing feels as cramped. The 27-inch monitor was fine, but honestly, the real estate you get with 32 inches is far superior. But it is still an OLED. And what that means is OLED burn in. And so many people have so many questions about OLED burn in, and they think, I'm not gonna buy an OLED because it's gonna burn in, it's gonna be ruined in 3, 4, 5, 6 years. But the good thing about this specific monitor is two things. One, MSI provide a 3-year warranty for OLED burn-in, meaning that if you see any ghosting, any burn-in within a 3-year period of you owning the monitor, they will fix it or they will replace your monitor, which is a bonus, which gives you a peace of mind that if you spend £700 on this monitor, for example, which is how much I paid for it, that it will definitely last at least 3 years. And even if you're at 2 years and 11 months and you start seeing burn-in, you can get it replaced and then essentially it will last 6 years. And also MSI come with built-in features. Every time I turn off the monitor in the evening, it goes through a cycle for like 10 minutes and does some like pixel shift OLED care stuff. You can turn it off and on in the settings. There's things like static logo support, things like taskbar support, which you can turn on in the monitor settings, which basically just make the monitor dim certain areas of the monitor so it doesn't increase burn-in. And there is actually a creator who's been testing this monitor relentlessly for professional work, day in, day out, using static programs to see how much burn-in he's been gaining over the last like year or two. And I think he recently released an update, which I'll show here. It actually looks completely fine, which gives me a great peace of mind of buying a monitor this expensive. So obviously it's not perfect. No monitor is perfect. But I mean, for the cons that come with it, I think it's worth it. I mean, con number one, it's a glossy screen. If you work in an office or you put it in a room with a lot of lateral light or you sit next to a window, you're gonna run into some problems and a lot of reflections. But I mean, for most people, if you're a gamer, you're sat in the dark anyway. And if you work on color accurate stuff like I do, I'm not gonna have the window wide open. So take that as what you will. Number two, there's no built-in speakers. Now, that's not a huge deal for me, and I don't think it's a huge deal for most gamers and most creatives. I feel like if you're consuming content nowadays, you're usually using a nice pair of headphones or a pair of in-ear monitors or something like that. But it is something to consider. For £700, would you expect some speakers in a monitor? Yes. But I mean, realistically, most monitor speakers are crap anyway, so I don't even know why you'd want them. Would it be a nice to have? Yeah, sure, it would be a nice to have, but they don't have them, so, you know. And three, the price. I mean, it's £700, which I don't think it's that bad. This monitor specifically came out about a year or two ago, and I think £700 is a pretty good price for something like this. Now, don't get me wrong, £700 is a substantial amount of money. But I mean, for a 32-inch 4K HDR like screen like this that you can basically use as your TV, your gaming device, your work device, like, I don't think it's that bad personally. I mean, if you spread the cost over how long you're actually going to use it, and if you work on it like I do, and you game in it like I do, and if you consume your content on this, like, I've seen people have these on their desk next to their bed and just pull it out of a monitor arm and use it as a TV. So, I mean, if you factor in that it could be your TV as well as your gaming and work monitor, I think £700 is a relatively okay pill to swallow. So, the bottom line of this monitor, is it worth it? If you have the budget, yes. If you play video games and you're a creative, definitely yes. If you have a machine that can support 4K gaming at high refresh rates, it's pretty much a no-brainer. If you're in the market for a new monitor, I would highly recommend picking something like this up. I've looked into a lot of other monitors like the WOLEDs and the regular OLEDs, and this for me came out on top. And for £700, I mean, as I said before, if you're working on it and you're gaming on it and consuming content on it, I think it's a no-brainer personally. So yeah, that was my review of the MSI 32-inch QD-OLED. If you enjoyed the video, then please consider giving it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this about tech, gaming, and apps, then consider dropping me a subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I also release short content Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays over on my TikTok as well as on my YouTube Shorts. So maybe that's more up your street than long form content. Go give those a watch. There's some hidden gems on there as well. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna go and game on this thing now. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video.